trumpet mouths of red convolvulus, so dear to maidens, creamy meadow sweet, whiter than Juno's throat and odorous as all Arabia, hyacinths the feet of huntress Dian would be loth to mar. For any dappled fawn pluck these and those fawn flowers which are fairer than what Queen Venus trod upon beneath the pines of Eucharis, that morning star which does not dread the sun, and budding marjoram which but to kiss. Ah, there is something more in that bird's flight than could be tested in a crucible. But the air freshens, let us go. Why soon the woodmen will be here. How we have lived this night of June. And I will cut a reed by yonder spring, and make the wood gods jealous and old Pan wonder what young intruder dares to sing in these still haunts where never foot of man should tread at evening, lest he chance to spy the marble limbs of Artemis and all her company. And I will tell thee why the jacinth wears such dread embroidery of dolorous moan, why the hapless nightingale forbears to sing her song at noon, but weeps alone when the fleet swallow sleeps and rich men feast, and why the laurel trembles when she sees the lightning east. Ah, there is something more in that bird's flight than could be tested in a crucible. But the air freshens, let us go. Why soon the woodmen will be here. How we have lived this night of June. And I will sing how sad Proserpina unto a grave and gloomy lord was wed, and lure the silver-breasted Helena back from the lotus meadows of the dead. So shalt thou see that awful loveliness for which two mighty hosts met fearfully in war's abyss. With iron roads profane our lovely isle, and break on whirling wheels the limbs of art. Yea, though the crowded factories beget the blind worm ignorance that slays the soul, oh tarry yet. For one at least there is, he bears his name from Dante and the seraph Gabriel, whose double laurels burn with deathless flame to light thine altar. He too loves thee well, who saw old Merlin lured in Vivian's snare, and the white feet of angels coming down the golden stair. Loves thee so well that all the world for him a gorgeous colored vestiture must wear. Something more in that bird's flight than could be tested in a crucible. But the air freshens, let us go. Why soon the woodmen will be here. How we have lived this night of June. But they are few and all romance is flown, and men can prophesy about the sun and lecture on his Eros, how alone through a waste void the soulless atoms run. How from each tree its sweeping nymph is fled, and that no more mid-English reads a Naiad shows her head. Methinks these new actions boast too soon that they have spied on beauty. What if we have analyzed the rainbow, robbed the moon of her most ancient, chastest mystery? Shall I, the last Endymion, lose all hope because rude eyes peer at my mistress through a telescope? What profit if this scientific age bursts through our gates with all its retinue of modern miracles? Can it assuage one lover's breaking heart? What can it do to make one life more beautiful one day? for judgment, let them if they can. From natural warfare and insensate chance, create the new ideal rule for man. Ah, there is something more in that bird's flight than could be tested in a crucible. But the air freshens, let us go. Why soon the woodmen will be here. How we have lived this night of June. Come, let us go against the pallid shield of the one sky the almond blossoms gleam. The corn crake nested in the unmown field answers its mate across the misty stream. On fitful wing the startled curlews fly, and in his sedgy bed the lark for joy the